Walsh here for Channelnomics and the Margins, and I'm coming to you from Charleston, South Carolina, where I've been attending the Channel Executive Council meeting. If you don't know what the Channel Executive Council is, it is a gathering of the top channel chiefs and channel leaders from across the industry, produced by Bapty and Company, same people who bring us Channel Focus. And we had a few dozen channel leaders here, and we were talking, and we spent the past couple of days talking about a myriad of issues, incentives management, dealing with new types of partners, diving deep on technology service distributors, and of course, AI. But a topic that's in the background of all these conversations and any event that we're going to nowadays is the state of the economy. And a couple of weeks ago, Channelnomics, we released our Channel Chief Outlook report. We asked channel leaders and vendors, what they thought the year was going to look like for them, what their forecast is. And we waited to the end of the first quarter to do this survey because we wanted to let the excitement of the new year taper out and really get a good look at what the outlook was going to be once the channel leaders had a real view of the world. Well, the Channel Chief Outlook report came back, and I almost didn't publish it. It's available in Channelnomics if you want to go look it up. But the reason why I almost didn't publish it is because it didn't seem real. The channel chiefs are telling us that they were expecting indirect growth at 10 to 14%. At the beginning of the year, the partners told us that they were looking at 10 to 14%. Partners also told us that they expected their customers to increase spending by 10 to 14%. And again, this seems fantastical given everything that's going on. The tariffs and the trade war has really upended everything. Now we're seeing some moderation from it because negotiations are going on. We've hit pause with China. We're starting to cut deals with other countries. Things are beginning to look like they're moderating a little bit. But the reality is that we're still dealing with a tremendous amount of uncertainty. So the conversation turned here, and we had a group discussion led by Frank Rausch, let's describe him as semi-retired, and Lisa Citron, the channel chief at F5. They led the discussion on this, and Frank did a really good job of showing and detailing how things in the channel and things in the IT industry really aren't that bad. Sales are actually holding their own. Partners are telling us this as well. So our partner confidence index for the second quarter is coming out momentarily, and that's also showing partners are still, really bullish on their outlook for the year. We're not seeing mass layoffs. Customers are still spending. So Frank and others here, they're like going, yeah, things may not be so bad, but here's the caveat: is that we can't expect it to be good. We can't think that this is just going to change and go back to some normalized baseline. We are still dealing with a tremendous amount of uncertainty. We don't know what's on the other side of the horizon. We don't know what's going to happen when these 90-day pauses end. And we have to be planning for that. We have to have contingencies. And this is where Channelnomics is spending a lot of its time now, is that we're talking with vendors and we're helping them understand what the impact of uncertainty, what the risk exposures are, and how to incorporate that not into channel program adjustments, but also for planning around what's coming up in the economy, what they need to be informing their partners about, how do they make adjustments, and how they communicate things like profitability, and where they can message to the partners to help message down to the customers on what they should be talking about to do insulation against an economic disruption or uncertainty. So we're happy to talk about this. In fact, if you're interested, we're always open for a conversation. Just give us a ring or shoot me an email, and we can talk about what's going on and what vendors, what your channel teams can be doing to help the partners, and also to insulate you and your companies from any downturns or any shifts in the economy that come along. Or you can check out all the content. We have a full library of content about all this stuff on channelnomics.com. So feel free to go take a look at that. But there's a lot that we still need to deal with. We may be feeling a little bit more at ease right now because we're seeing some rebounds, but we're not certain that it's going to last. We're not certain about its persistency. Have to keep, as they used to say, have to keep your head on a swivel. Well, look, that's about all the time we have for now. I'm going to be heading home here from Charleston. If you like what we're doing, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends. If you're interested in Channel Executive Council or any of the other events that Bapty puts on, please check them out. I highly encourage it. This is well worth attending. Until next time, I'm Larry Walsh.